Welcome back. Now, Gauteng police are investigating a case of murder after a witness who testified at the Madlanga Commission was shot and killed in Brakpan last night. Marius van der Merwe testified about the torture of a suspect who later died. He claimed that suspended eKurhuleni Metro Police Department Chief Julius Mkhwanazi was involved in the cover-up of that operation. Gauteng Police Commissioner Kekana says Van der Merwe was also working on cases linked to illegal mining syndicates. Our reporter Zola Sholwana is following that story and comes to us live from Brakpan. Zola, thank you so much for joining us this morning. There's a lot of talks about, this manhunt that is now underway. But let's talk about whether or not Witness D's family will be provided with any kind of security.
Well, Linda, that is what, came out, the fact that he was not enrolled under any witness protection program, understanding that he was a witness in, a high-profile commission that, of course, spoke, about corruption. So we are outside the home, and, of course, the family, some of the family members keep on coming in, in small numbers, and some, have just been walking around here and trying to, recall what happened last night and how their son and husband and brother's life tragically ended last night here in Brakpan. We do understand that there are police that are, of course, questioning some of the family members, particularly his immediate family, as we understand that when this incident happened, he was with his family in the car, but those people fortunately survived. They were not harmed. When you think about this, Linda, it then reignites calls, for very important conversations around witness, protection, especially when it comes to these kind of cases, because this incident might have an impact on future witnesses and possibly whistleblowers, as some may think twice before coming forward to testify at the commission. So, the justice system perhaps needs to do something about this particular incident, because we do understand that this is somebody that was not identified at the commission. We knew him as Witness D, and he spoke at the commission implicating the EMPD chief about, actually asking them to help them dispose, a body. So at this particular moment, we do understand that there's going to be a meeting between the National Commissioner of the SAPS and, Justice Madlanga. And this is, of course, to, brief him about what has happened and possibly come up, with interventions before something of this kind then happens again, because we do understand that, that this is going to be a lengthy process. The commission is going to be quite a lengthy one, because there are people that are key role players and witnesses that need to come forward and actually get to, testify at the Madlanga Commission. Now, the incident has sent shockwaves through legal and political circles, as we understand that some advocacy groups, and criminal justice experts saying that, the attack underscores long-standing vulnerabilities in the nation's witness protection infrastructure, meaning that this actually gets to show to us that there is something that needs to be done, because, perhaps had he been protected as one of the key witnesses in the Madlanga Commission, maybe this could have been prevented. But those kind of conversations will be had from today moving forward, so that, the Justice Ministry can get to see what can be done, because there is absolutely, no way that, somebody, that is participating in a high-profile, anti-corruption commission could not be enrolled under any, protection program to prevent such things from happening. So, yeah, Linda, that's what is happening at this particular moment. We're, of course, monitoring here to see movement, who's coming in and, who is coming out. I must tell you, though, that the family is quite devastated, and some of them at this present moment, they are living in fear because they don't know what could possibly happen, because this is something that they never anticipated. If their loved one was gunned down, and he was a witness at the Madlanga Commission that actually wrote a statement as in anonymity, and this person is no more today, what could possibly happen? What message is this sending to other witnesses that are expected to come forth when the Madlanga Commission resumes next year? But of course, the motive has not been determined at this particular moment, but we do know that police are investigating circumstances around Marius van der Merwe's death.
You speak about how devastated the family is there, Zola, and I wonder if there's any psychosocial support that has been provided to this family. Their home is no longer a crime scene, and that means obviously people can start making their way there. Have you spoken to them, and what are they saying to you about whether or not they've received psychosocial support?
So we spoke to one of the family members just a few minutes ago, Linda. She said that they have been seeing police coming in, but they haven't received any kind of psychosocial support at this particular moment. But they are anticipating that kind of support, because you'd understand that some of them actually got to witness all of that, especially those that were in the same car as the deceased. So this is still, relatively fresh. So we are anticipating to see some people coming forth to give the family the necessary support that they need during this time. And of course, as I've said earlier on, police already here, investigators, and they are questioning the family. When we spoke to some of the neighbors who were even afraid to come forth and react on what has happened, they are saying that they are actually feeling, unsafe, because this is something, that happened to somebody that they thought, would actually be the one that protects the community, against those kind of things, as somebody that they have known for many, many years. But now, if they are gunned down in such a senseless manner, what does that say, about criminality in South Africa? But of course, we'll continue getting reaction on, people that are coming in and find out who will be coming to visit the family. But what is much anticipated at this point is the meeting that is expected to take place, between the National Commissioner of Police and, of course, Justice Madlanga, so that they can, sit on a round table and reflect on this incident and find out what can be done to ensure that witnesses at the Madlanga Commission are actually protected to avoid such incidents from happening.
Before I let you go, Zola, there are reports that he may have indicated that he may just get shot. Have you been able to talk to the family about that and confirm it?
Well, what we've picked up, Linda, is that, the family members that we're able to see outside here were quite emotional. And, as I've said, they are trying to come to terms with the loss and trying to process everything else. They are not in a state to actually get into more details about the incident or what possibly led to, that particular incident. But we are hoping that maybe the family, will then appoint some somebody that will, speak on behalf of the family so that we get to find out if there was any kind of sign that their, loved one's life could possibly be, cut short in a way that it was. We find out about those kind of details, but we know that police are getting that, information, which is quite sensitive at this stage, but it is necessary for the investigation so that police are able to possibly find a lead as to who could be behind, this murder, and also what was the motive.
Devastating story there by reporter Zola Sholwana, who's outside the home of Marius van der Merwe, also known as Witness D, talking to us about how gutted the family is this morning. But investigations continue and police have launched a manhunt. We also know of a meeting that the National Police Commissioner General Fani Masemola will have with the Commissioner of that inquiry, that is Justice Madlanga. So we'll keep tracking the story for you, Zola Sholwana, out in Brakpan, but we also have reporters stationed at various locations to give us reaction to this particular matter.